Welcome back to Rise of the Wolves. This is episode 9 here at Total FIFA Career Mode at the Pitchside Pub. And yes, we will be playing for a trophy in this episode. It's the Carabao Cup, and we take on Manchester United, a chance at a trophy that we did not expect this season. But before we do, we have to play a few more games in the Premier League where things are tight. And despite some recent success on the pitch, we do not have that much of a buffer outside the relegation zone. We're sitting in 11th place, but only 5 points separate us and the relegation zone. So we have to stay in good form. We've had a strong run lately, but a lot of those wins have come in Carabao Cup and FA Cup action. So we have not climbed the table and given ourselves the buffer that we would like, but we are in okay position if we can continue to get points and win games. So, at home, welcoming Brentford. Gotta keep playing well, gotta maintain possession, gotta score some goals. We have not scored a lot this season. We are at the bottom of the table in goals scored, and it's reasons like this. Emile Smith-Rowe, just wide. Just wide. Emile Smith-Rowe, who has come on a little bit of late and has begun to score some, but has not had the overall impact we had hoped for when we shelled out big bucks for him this past summer. But he's going to get another opportunity here as we are building another attack. Timber back to Smith-Rowe, and that's the problem. He's getting looks, he gets his shots, but he simply has not converted them the way we need to. That one's sailing well high. A few minutes later, back on the attack again, another opportunity, and another shot high. Ginotto, an off-season or a mid-season signing, I should say. We got him in the January transfer window, and he sails that well high. So opportunities have not been a problem thus far, and yet the score remains 0-0 as we're back on defense. Brentford finally formulating an attack, and that's a wide open look. We cannot give those away. Wide open in front of goal, complete defensive breakdown, and despite dominating this game so far for the first 15 minutes or so, we find ourselves down 1-0, and that really has been the story of the season, is dominating possession, getting a fair amount of offensive opportunities, as you see Mbumbo just beating Chevalier there. Nothing Chevalier can do at that point. The defense completely broke him down. But we've had opportunities, we're getting looks on goal, we're simply not converting, and then we make a mistake and we're down 1-0. So that's the situation here. 38th minute, 39th minute, another look on goal. Another shot wide for Ginotto. Just can't quite get turned around. That wasn't a great look, but it was an opportunity. Looks like he might have rushed it a little bit. Defender might have thrown him off a little, so we do go wide. Into the second half, still down 1-0, 59th minute, back on defense. Brentford formulating another attack. Jensen looking for a man, and it's a good shot. Chevalier with a nice save. Chevalier, who has been fantastic all season, is really going to be the reason we stay up if we can manage to stay up. He has single-handedly kept us in a lot of games and may have to do it again here. And he's just able to get a finger on it late in the game, 86th minute, but the ensuing corner kick bouncing around. We can't have that happen. You gotta clear it. Cannot give them a second look. Finds Mbumbo, the best goal scorer that they have. And you can't give them that look. You gotta clear it. I don't know what that early whiff was from his teammate, but it goes right to the feet of Mbumbo. And Chevalier stands no chance, and they're right to celebrate, coming on the road to the Molyneux and getting a victory. And that's a bad loss. That's a bad loss for us as we are, on the cusp of relegation and fighting for our life to stay alive. And we have opportunities, we have shots in front of goal, particularly early in the game, and yet come away with nothing. And it drops us down to 12th, only one spot. But again, we do not have a lot of buffer between us and the relegation zone. It's only a few points, and so every point matters, every game matters, and we really cannot afford to lose opportunities like this, especially with tougher opponents on the horizon. You see Virgil talking to Big Ange. We are taking on Tottenham, and we go away to Spurs for this matchup. So this one's not going to be any easier. That's why a loss against somebody like Brentford, not that they're a bad team, but that's a chance we've got to come away with a point. And we're going to get just on the attack here. Spurs are going to be relentless. You know that under Big Ange. And there's Richarlison early on in the first 10 minutes, burying a goal past Chevalier on a solid break, and there's just nothing we can do about it. A few minutes later, 36th minute, you see us playing some defense, and Richarlison comes in hard on Hugo Bueno, and we've got another injury. Now, we are already down Sergio Gomez and Mataris Kiergaard, and so we are really starting to hurt here, especially on that wing-back wide man sort of area. We're running low on depth despite the additions we've made, and it's beginning to cause a bit of a problem. That also could have been a problem for Tottenham as we get a good look on goal towards the end of the first half. A solid header from Adam Holojic off the cross, but right at Hugo Lloris, who is still the Tottenham goalkeeper in this particular save. Gotta love that. Into the early parts of the second half, 48th minute, still down 1-0, looking for an opportunity. There's Giannotto, and he just goes wide, just wide. He has missed a handful of opportunities lately, even as good as he's been. A few minutes later, another chance for Emile Smith-Rowe. Lloris blocks it, sends it out wide. At least we're getting chances here and keep it at 1-0. One of these has to convert. Holojic to Smith-Rowe, up ahead to Giannotto. Oh, just wide and high. He can't believe it. I can't believe it. You can't believe it. Look at this. He's got an opportunity here, and he just has to go a little bit over Hugo Lloris, and he's not able to keep it low enough to get it under the crossbar. But that is an incredible opportunity that is missed. And these are the things that come back to bite us, especially when a guy like Son is on the attack. It's still 1-0. Can we keep it 1-0? Not like that. Richarlison with the brace, his second of the day. A great look from Son. Richarlison crashing. Nobody marks him. Can't quite get there in time, and he buries it past Chevalier. 2-0 Spurs. Into the 65th minute, we are going to start running out of time here if we can't find a goal. Josh Doig from the wing, looking for a man. Holojic, hit by Lloris, gains his footing and finds the net. Holojic with a great effort. He gets hit. Lloris comes out and makes contact with him, but that takes him out of position. Holojic just spins, keeps his composure, finds the net. Holojic's actually been quite good. He has a fair amount of goals on the season. He's just not getting a lot of help, and he's getting even less service. But he gets it done there, cuts the lead in half, and now we've got an opportunity to get back a point, maybe more, as we're back on the attack. Rafael Onyedika off to Giannotto, looking for a man, up ahead, back to Onyedika. He's got some space, looking to cross, looking to find somebody. Emile Smith-Rowe, another opportunity, point blank. Oh, Hugo Lloris with the save. Emile Smith-Rowe right in front of the net, cannot find a spot, and he just puts it right on the hands of Lloris. Look at this, right on him. Not even that tough of a save. We got to do better than that. But we're not going to have time. That was the opportunity. That was the point left on the table right there. As good a look as we can ask for late in the game to tie it up, and Smith-Rowe puts it right on the keeper instead of to the side. Cannot find the net, and it's a 2-1 loss. We played better, but it does not matter. We do not have the points to show for it, and in 2 games we've dropped from 11th to 14th, and we can barely get ourselves a buffer from relegation. It's a tough spot. It is crowded down there, and there's just not much we can do about it. But right now, we've got a trophy to play for. That is hard to believe, as we are one of the worst scoring teams in the Premier League, and we're struggling to fend off relegation, and yet we're going to Wembley. We are going to Wembley to play for a trophy against the mighty Manchester United. So, always something to root for, always something to keep your head up about early on. This one is going to be a battle. It's going to be fast-paced. It's going to be high-scoring. We got to hope we can keep up with the likes of Marcus Rashford, who gets a rebound and has a ridiculous header that is just so unrealistic. It could only happen in FIFA. The force it comes off of his head with. Here, take a look at this. That's just a trampoline forehead, for lack of a better term. But it's an early 1-0 goal for Manchester United, and immediately, right out of the gate, our trophy hopes are in trouble, because let's face it, we don't score a lot of goals, and we're going to have to score to keep up with this kind of attack from Manchester United. So, a few minutes later, on the attack, trying to make something happen, Quentin Timber, but a nice save from the Manchester United keeper. 25th minute, on defense, block a corner. Now we got a break. Now we got a counterattack. Gianotto, who has tons of pace, has nobody in front of him. Can he get behind the final man? Yes, he can. Does he have help? Yes, he does. Will he use him? Yes, he will. Emile Smith-Rowe. Well, that's one he can finally hit. He's not going to get a more open goal than that one. A great late pass to find a wide open net. Keeper has no chance, and even Emile Smith-Rowe can finish that one as we tie it up at 1 in this Carabao Cup final. Reset the game, and now we've got a chance. But we're not going to be able to give away opportunities like this. Rashford to Højlund right in front of the net. Defensive breakdown in the 38th minute, and United takes a 2-1 lead. Rasmus Højlund with nobody in front of him but Lucas Chevalier, who cannot do a thing, and that's a well-placed shot. That's what real goal scorers do. They don't shoot it right at the goalkeeper. They find a corner and bury it in there. 42nd minute, trying to make up for that goal now. On the attack, loses possession. There's Emile Smith-Rowe to Adam Holojic, looking for Gomez. Oh, that's a great shot. That's a beauty. Finds the top corner from near the top of the box from an unlikely source. João Gomez, a holding midfielder, from just outside the box. And look at this. That is in a perfect location. Nothing anybody can do about that. And hey, we got ourselves a ball game. Looks like we are going to score some goals today. The offense showed up at Wembley. We are in the second half. Can we keep it up? Can we play some defense? Well, we can't play defense against Scott McTominay and his heading ability, which in this game is otherworldly. Look at the little Scotsman get up in the air. There's nothing anybody can do about that. You can't mark him. You can't tackle him. You can't do anything if they're going to put the ball on his forehead like that. The Wolves do not stand a chance. That makes it 3-2 Manchester United. But we are not going away without a fight. Back on the attack, there's Emile Smith-Rowe again. Oh, but of course, right at the keeper. Does not find the corner. An opportunity, but a miss. Still 3-2. Cannot let them get a 2-goal lead. Marcus Rashford on the attack. Finds Casemiro to Bruno Fernandes. Oh, that's devastating. Bruno Fernandes with a fantastic finish. There's just too much talent out there on the pitch for Manchester United right now, who in this game, unlike reality, appear to be well coached and well disciplined. There's Bruno Fernandes just finding the shot wide of Chevalier. Absolutely great finish, good ball movement. That wasn't terrible defense. It's just a lot of talent out there, and there's not much we can do about it. So we're going to have to score. Down to 68th minute. Adam Holojic on the break, trying to beat the keeper himself. Does he? It trickles through, and he finishes it. Adam Holojic stays with it. Looks like it trickled through the keeper's legs. Let's see. Yes, it does, just through his legs. He gets through to make sure. No doubt about that one. And we are not going to go away quietly. We are in this ball game. It is 4-3. But now the time is a factor. How much time are we going to have left? How many more opportunities are we going to have left? Gianotto trying to make one happen now. Cuts it back across the middle. Over to Quentin Timber. Looking for a man. Looking for somebody. Up to Emile Smith-Rowe. Point blank from a tough angle. Oh, it's blocked. It's blocked. That was a nice play. That one's not on him. Coming from a tough angle there. Could have maybe looked over the middle to find a man. Doesn't do it. On the ensuing corner, however, João Gomez from the top. He was here before. He's going to fire again. Oh, puts that one right on the keeper. That one was not as well placed as the one earlier that found the net. 86th minute, back on the attack. We're having plenty of opportunities, but we've got to convert one. That's been the struggle all year. João Gomez again. Oh, tries to sneak one through Atle's legs, but he was ready for it this time. After Holojic beat him in the same fashion, he stays low and was unable to let that one through, and that is going to do it. That is the final opportunity for Wolves as Manchester United wins the Carabao Cup. And if you ever wanted to doubt the realism of this game, we're about to watch Manchester United lift a trophy, and that tells you all you need to know. Unfortunately for Wolves, we fall just short of our trophy dreams this season, but that's okay. That's okay. This was playing with house money. This was further than we thought we would get. This was not one of our objectives on the season. Our goal and our only goal is to survive relegation and stay in the Premier League. So this would have been icing on the cake. It would have been fantastic to add a trophy to the cabinet for the first time in years, but it is not meant to be. Manchester United, congratulations, Carabao Cup champions, and Wolves will go back and refocus their efforts in other places. But there's no rest for the weary, because the Wolves are coming off 3 straight losses, 2 in the Premier League and 1 in the Carabao Cup, and we've got another cup matchup coming up, now in the FA Cup just a few days later, taking on Leicester City in the 5th round, and we're going to have to rotate some guys around because we're coming off that Carabao Cup match, we've got a Premier League match later in the week, this is a midweek game, so we're going to have to rotate. This is, as much as we'd love to win the FA Cup, this is the least important of the competitions going on right now. We're only in the 5th round. We're not ready to win it yet, and we've got to focus on the Premier League. We got to stay up. We cannot put the Premier League at risk in order to try and win this cup. Our board wanted us to get to the round of 16. We've done that, so we're going to see how far we can go with some of the youngsters. And this is what happens. Enzo Gonzalez, a very talented young player who's getting a start today just wide. His finishing not on point. Not that our team's finishing has been that great, but that's what happens. Tommy Doyle up ahead in the 28th minute. His finishing is on point. Tommy Doyle on loan from Manchester City. One of our more experienced players playing in this game as we rotate the lineups. Finds the net, steps up big time, and that gives us a 1-0 lead over championship side Leicester City. As you see, the nice little pass from Archie Gray to find Doyle. His finishing is where it needs to be. Goes top bins over the keeper's shoulder. Gotta love that. So that's a good start. Get us off the schneid, and we don't have one of these games where we're getting look after look after look after look and not converting anything. Always nice to get a conversion done under your belt. Into the second half, holding on to that 1-0 lead, but here come Wolves on the attack, on the break, nobody in the way, and Chevalier does his best, but he got no help there, and that's a relatively easy goal as they get behind the defense and behind the back line, and this is just, well, we can't do this. You can't leave Chevalier out to dry. He's been too good all season to have to, make moves like this. He does his best to try and get low, but just can't do it, and that's going to make it 1-1. We got ourselves a ball game. We do not. The last thing we want to do at this point with the injuries we've had, and at this point in the season, the last thing we want to do is have to go to a replay and play a second game. I'd actually rather lose this game. Not that I'm trying to. We want to win and advance, but we do not want to play a second game. As you see Chevalier make the save there. Still 1-1 into the 78th minute. Leicester City back on the attack. Coming up on the wing. He's going to look for a cross there. Find somebody one time. Oh, Chevalier with a great save. He doesn't want to go down. He doesn't want to lose this game. Chevalier, who has played every minute of every game this season and will continue to do so as we move forward with another great save on a very tough shot. 80th minute, Adam Halojic up ahead to Ryan Aït-Nouri. Gonna look for a cross, gonna look for somebody, gonna find somebody. There's Fabio Silva deflected. Talles Magno, oh, he just sort of passes it in. We'll take it. Right place, right time as the Fabio Silva shot gets blocked point blank in front of goal by the defender, and it just trickles right over to Talles Magno, who's had a really good season and is a productive young player. There's the shot block right to Magno, who's ready for it. He's got a wide open goal and just slides it right in. That's what she said. Gotta love that. The late goal by Magno is gonna be enough to win this game 2-1. A tough, hard-fought matchup against the championship side that's probably gonna end up getting promoted this year. I haven't looked at the championship standings in this particular save, but that late goal is going to do it. We are going to advance in the FA Cup, play in the 6th round. As it gets tight there, again, the FA Cup's a bonus. We can't afford to risk anything to try and win it, but we certainly don't want to lose it. So survive and advance and live to see another day, and then now turn our focus in our next video onto the Premier League. As you see, 16 teams now goes down to 8. We are going to be one of them. But more importantly, the Premier League, we've gone from 11th to 16th in this video, and we are only a point, one single point above relegation, and that is a problem. But it's a problem for another video, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, get in that comment section down below, and thanks as always for joining us here on Rise of the Wolves, Episode 9, at Total FIFA Career Mode at the Pitchside Pub.